In early 2020, we launched the latest large update to the IFRA Standards, which actually integrated a number of important elements, new data, but also new methods and tools that we use. And that was visible to the users, specifically in a change of new product types in the standards and product categories. It is communicated and known as the 49th Amendment, and these changes that we implemented with the 49th Amendment were probably the biggest one that we did in many years. We added 25 new standards, but also made changes to most of the existing restriction standards, which meant more than 100 existing standards have been changed to bring them into this new system and apply the new methodologies on them. One of the key new methodologies that we used for the 49th Amendment is the so-called QRA2, which stands for Quantitative Risk Assessment, a revised methodology to derive safe use levels if sensitization is the endpoint of concern. This QRA2 actually was developed and refined in a multi-stakeholder process over several years, involving a lot of experts, dermatologists, academia, industry, and other stakeholders. And this process is managed by IFRA under the name of IDEA International Dialogue for the Evaluation of Allergens. The second important change that we introduced with the 49th Amendment is the consideration of the so-called aggregate exposure, which means that different product types can be used together on the same body site. We have, together with our colleagues at RIFM, used a very refined model to calculate the aggregate exposure for those cases. And this methodology was for the first time applied also in the 49th Amendment. The categories that you find in the IFRA standards are also largely defined by the consideration of these approaches and the models, because the body sites are in the focus, and therefore the categories are designed and defined alongside the major body site that is in the center of attention of product users.